Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sophia Gray. I am a member of the Canada chapter in the position of Public Relations Officer. And I am here today to do our fourth podcast, which is a new series the chapter has started. Just because we recognize the fact that the calendar that we've been doing over the years, it has been growing, and we cannot accommodate the amount of alums out there that has a story to tell. So we decided to start a podcast. And today we are going to be featuring Mr. Leroy Cooke. Well, my bad. I'm going to let him introduce himself. And that's what we are here to find out about today is another alum. And welcome to our podcast. So will you introduce yourself?
Okay, good evening, podcasters, if I can call them that. Okay, I am Leroy Cooke, a Stats alumni and chairman of the Stabilizer Henry Track and Field Invitational Committee.
Okay. Now, can you tell us a little, like, what brought you to Stats? You're an alum, right? What brought you to Stats?
Okay, what brought me to Stats? In the earlier years, I actually went to micro practicing school, and micro practicing, and the opportunity to do the technical entrance examination, and I was successful, and got to Stats. So very, very excited about coming to Stats. Being my first experience into high school in particular, but wanted to find something in terms like a trade, in the sense that I always wanted to do some sort of engineering. So Stats was a perfect opportunity for me. So
nice.
I was happy.
Okay, were you involved in any sports?
Yeah, man. Actually, I was involved with track and field and basketball.
I hope so, seeing that what you're doing now.
Yes, I was involved with track and field and basketball. Actually played for Stats in basketball early years. I think I played 78 and 79 basketball. And I did a little thing in track and field, so much that
I have a feeling you're being modest, but I'm gonna let you tell your story.
Yeah, I did a little thing in track and field. I actually went to CAS, call it UTEC after that, and I don't know if you know this, but the original bolts of lightning, as they call it. I was part of the original team. We had Michael Davis, who was also a statsman too, and a couple of other guys, Courtney Luke, some stats people. I'm just trying to remember the stats people who ran at the time. Okay. Those were the two I can remember.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So were there any teachers or members of staff who influenced you, had an impact on your life while attending Stats?
Yeah, certainly, and if anybody had the opportunity at the time to go to school when I did, would have experienced the I wouldn't say infamous, I would say more famous principal S.W. Isaac Henry. Very, very impactful on my life in terms of, instilling certain things, when you had the opportunity to deal with Mr. Henry, you feel, that there's nothing, you can't do or accomplish. So for me, that was an experience which I treasure to this day. Also, there was this gentleman, my math teacher, Mr. Morgan. He's dead now.
Okay.
God rest his soul. Was very, very, a cool teacher. You always felt like you were friends, and he was just somebody there who, even though he taught you math, you could talk with and share a lot. And for me, those two gentlemen was very, very inspirational and influential in terms of my upbringing, and make me a part of what I am today.
Today, yeah. Okay. So, what educational path did you take after leaving Stats, and what are you doing today as far as a profession?
Okay. When I left Stats, I went to CAS, as I was pointing out. I did engineering there, mechanical
Okay.
engineering. Actually wanted to do chemical engineering, but nowhere offered that.
Oh,
So I ended up doing mechanical engineering. Spent the 3 years at CAS at the time. Got a diploma in mechanical engineering. Was successful in getting a scholarship to Seton. Actually,
nice.
I had 4 offers, one to Grambling State, one to Ferris State in Michigan, New York Tech, and Seton Hall. I chose Seton Hall because it was in New Jersey, and I could easily reach friends and people who I know in the New York area. So,
Makes sense,
I
yeah.
felt that was probably the best thing for me, which I did. I went to Seton Hall. Good thing for me, I got some transfer credits from CAS. So I was actually a junior. So when I graduated from Seton Hall in 2 years, I graduated more than the required credits that I needed. I graduated 153, but I didn't have all the electives, so I had to, make up,
Okay.
in
Yeah.
terms of doing that. After that, I left, graduated from Seton Hall. I said, what am I going to do now? I wasn't straight in the US at the time, outside of on a
The
student
visa.
visa,
Yeah.
right? And so I said, okay. I talked to some people at New York Tech, and the coach said, okay, why don't you come and help out with the coaching at New York Tech? And at the same time, you can, do your master's. So that I did. So I, obtained my master's, and within that time, I was also teaching. I went back to Seton Hall. I taught there for like a year in college. Taught math, and little things worked out for me, and I was able to get a job at the time, a real job with Westinghouse, and I stayed there for a couple of years. And then I came back to Jamaica. I've been back home here for, since 1989. I came back, and I travel back and forth to the States.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
So you
also
just retired now?
retire. Maybe you could say they retire me.
Okay.
No, at present I do some consulting.
Okay.
Yeah, if and when it comes up.
Yeah.
My experience in terms of computers, I'm more like trade facilitation. That's primarily my best areas.
Nice.
So when things like that comes around, they will, I'll get a couple of calls, do a couple of things for the World Bank and so forth.
You're so subtle with it. Those are some great accomplishments, though. All right. Do you have any hobbies, and are you a sports fan?
Obviously, I I'm still involved with track and field. Actually, I'm part of the J3s.
Okay.
I'm an executive board member there. I'm the director of records at the J3s. I was involved with triathlon. I'm still involved with triathlon, but from what year was it? 2001 till 2021. I was a president for triathlon. I don't know if you know about
Look
that
at that.
sport.
I did not.
All right, so so I was the president for the Triathlon Association of Jamaica. Gave that up about 2 years ago, and now I'm primarily just work with track and field. I'm the chief photo finish judge in Jamaica for track and field.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so every record and any record, world record or any record has to be certified by me, to the IAAF.
Wow.
World, they call it World Athletics now. So usually, I'm the guy who, with respect to timing and so forth, I have to make sure those things are verified and sent to the IAAF. We track and field. Outside of that, I do things like chair the stabilizer in the track and field committee. That's
Well, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen, straight out of stats. I mean, this is quite an accomplishment you have under your belt, and you just, like I say, you just seem so subtle about it. So, I do thank you for sharing all this information with us.
yeah,
Um, is
you're
there any
welcome.
one thing that you're most proud of in your life to date, and what would that be?
Well, since we're talking about sports, I would want to think that one of the major things here is bringing electronic timing to Jamaica. As a matter of fact, we were the first in the region, the Caribbean region,
Oh,
to do so. I started the J3s at the time asked me to take up this, and I did that. So the things that you see on, if you watch champs and so
yes,
forth,
yes.
yeah, all those things that come into television, I'm the guy behind all of those things in terms of the results. I'm making it getting it straight from the track to broadcast. So I'm the guy behind that, wrote the scripts to be able to transmit that to the people who are watching television. So I'm behind that. And also I've expanded in terms of not only track results, but more now in terms of field, automating field
Mm.
things. For example, being able to do electronic measurements instead of using a tape to measure
Okay.
distance and that sort of thing, and then integrate that into the system that brings it to you live. So like somebody will jump, and that result of that jump or throw is automatically sent to the viewer. So, the viewer knows
Oh,
that this person jumped 20 feet or how many feet, that sort of thing. So, those are things that I think in terms of sports, I'm probably very proud of in terms of trying to modernize in terms of what we do track and field. Um, you know,
thank you for sharing all of that with us. Like I said, I'm very impressed. I had no clue. I've heard
well,
your
I
name
don't go
over the
around tooting.
years. Yeah, but I would have never made those connections. So do thank you for sharing that with us.
Right.
Tell us about the Isaac Henry Invitational. What
Well,
you want us to know about that.
yes, I'm glad you reached to that point because we are on it now.
Yes,
Um, yes,
we
Isaac
warmed up now. We
Henry,
warmed up down to the meat
yeah,
and gravy.
yeah, the Isaac Henry meet started 10 years ago, coming this February. 10
Wow,
years
already?
ago, right? Yeah. I wasn't the chairman at the start. I think the second year. So I've been doing this for 8 years.
Okay.
However, 2 years in COVID, we didn't have it. So this is
Yes.
our eighth running of the SW Isaac Henry
Okay.
meet. Promised to, I mean, last year was our biggest year. We had more than almost 3,000 athletes competing. It was one of the bigger development meet last year. Going to be a little bit challenging this year, getting those numbers again, because on the day we have another competition which will impact the numbers. Nevertheless, we feel that we will have a good turnout of athletes, and promise to do great things, and not only with the high school, but certainly with the clubs and colleges and other institutions.
Okay.
We expect to be there, because I don't think there are any other meets for them other than that meet on that weekend. And this year in particular, since it's World Championship indoors, World Championship meet, we are running the 60 meters for the seniors.
So is that a new event that's been added?
Yeah, those are events that have been added. 60 meter for men and women. So give those people who are planning to be at the World Championship in March an opportunity to qualify if they haven't, and also to pep themselves up, get used to the event, because there may not be enough event 60 meter between now and then,
Yes.
So it's an opportunity for those individuals. So, I thought it would have been a good idea to have that. We be also, in terms of other events that you don't normally see, for example, steeplechase. We always run the steeplechase at the SW Isaac Henry track and field meet. So that will be something interesting again. Not all the stadiums have the capacity to run steeplechase, but you need the water pit and all that sort of thing. Yeah. So having the meet in the National Stadium, which we have never had it anywhere else outside the National Stadium. So, that's where we have done it, and we'll always try to do it at the National Stadium.
Okay. So so it's been around for 10 years, and you've been involved for 8 of the 10.
No, I've been involved for the 10
For the
years.
full 10? Okay.
Right, but I wasn't the chairperson
Okay. So
at the start of it. Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So that's your role now as a chair. All right. So how big is the committee involved in putting this together? Like,
we have about around about 20 persons that's actively. The committee is about 20 persons, but we find that on a regular day, the committee, about 12, 13 persons are actively involved, doing stuff,
So is it safe to say you could use some help, some more help?
Oh God, we always need help. One of the good things about this committee and the SW Isaac Henry itself, we do get a lot of support from past student alumni.
Okay.
And that has been tremendous, and I must use the opportunity to thank those past students who have participated and helped in so many ways, in terms of even the sponsorship. we have about 62 events, and I can tell you this, roughly about 70% of the events are sponsored by past students.
That's good.
Yeah, you know, we rely upon them tremendously, you know, and I want to use again the opportunity to thank them for the support, you know, to stand up behind their school. And as you know, this is not about me or anyone else on the committee. This is about our school stats
Yes.
in terms of what we can do. You know the meet is in honor of Stabilizer Henry, but it's also there to have something or to make some revenue so that we can help the school. And at the same time, you know, the school itself looks good in terms of
Yeah.
having this sort of thing, you know.
All right. So what all is involved in putting the meet together each year?
Well, quite a few things. We start by trying to secure a date and the
Okay.
stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just went away, so I don't know what happened.
What went
You're
away?
still hearing me?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. Yes, we start by having a date, and usually it's the third Saturday in February, and we usually have the meet, as I said before, at the National Stadium. But you know, a lot of times we have a couple of meets. One
Mm-hmm.
in particular that tries to I won't use the word fight, but try to impact the situation in terms of not wanting, they want that date, and they
Oh,
will stop at nothing, you know, to get it. So, you know, every year, you know, we go through this battle, you know, for the date. So that's one of the the first thing. The next major thing is sponsors, you know, to be able to put on a meet, you know. It's a lot, you know. Renting the stadium is our biggest expenditure, and that's a whole lot of money. Um, so the sponsors, finding sponsors to do this. We have one and two sponsors who have been with us, you know, for quite some time. We have individuals who started and, you know, not with us anymore. We're trying to get back those individuals to come back on board. Um, you know, so that's always a fight, getting the sponsors. Then we have to make sure you have officials to, you know, to officiate the games, the meets, especially when you have other track meets going on, because you have,
gotcha.
you need certified people to actually run your meet, you know,
Okay.
and those are sometimes limited in terms of being able to spread them around, you know, when you have different meets. So, you know, that's always a challenge. Well, not too much of a challenge for us because people love to work our meet at our meets. You know, they
Okay.
feel that they are being treated properly. And being an official myself, you know, one of the things I do understand those concerns. So I try to make sure that all officials are well taken care of. You know, when they come to our meet, you know, they get proper stipend, they get um, food, proper food and refreshment and all of that. So, you know, I went to a meet, I won't call the name, and, you know, last Saturday, and people were complaining, for example, they got one piece of chicken and a roll,
Oh,
and,
wow.
and you know, they'd have to choose between water, a bottle of water, and a drink, which one you want, and, you know, and somebody said it, you know, they said to me, this would not have happened at SWI's Kenry track and field.
Mhm.
So those things. So it's, you know, people know how we treat the officials and their they love to work at our meet because they know they'll be treated properly.
Good.
Next thing, what's very important when you get in this, you have to get the necessary permits, from KCAC, Health Ministry, Fire, all different entities that you have to go and make the application, do the interviews, for the necessary permits to put on a meet, and that takes a lot of time. Actually, I went today to actually do the application to KSMC. Used to call it KSAC in nowadays, but they changed the name now. So one of the good thing about that is that the chairman of the board is the town clerk, and he helps me in terms of making sure that we can get our permits and so forth for.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay. How does a track meet benefit the school? Like, because that sounds like a lot of expenses and costs and a big budget.
Yes, it is a lot. I was, we were doing up the budget, and I can tell it's easily over $4 million.
Oh my
Just
Lord.
to put on the meet, and at the end of the day, I can't come out and say, boy, I'm owe you.
Yeah.
Most of the things you have to pay up front, the
Okay.
stadium not allowing you there unless they get paid, up front, that sort of thing. So wherever you have to pay the permits, even things like, insurance. We have to insure the meet, of indemnity, so that, if anything happens, you have insurance to take care of it. Little things
If
that
someone gets injured or something like that?
Huh?
If someone gets injured?
Yeah, if somebody get injured at the meet, for whatever reason, we have insurance that they can claim on. So,
Oh, wow.
and they'll sue us for whatever. You understand me? So those are the things that the normal person wouldn't understand about putting on a meet. It's not something I say, okay, I want a date, and okay, I'm going to put on a meet on this day, and it happened. It don't happen like that. A lot of
challenges.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the day is even tougher. You understand me? Managing the whole thing in terms of making sure that the athletes get their numbers, and can participate, because some people turn up on the day, to deal with all those things,
So they need to register ahead or something.
Yeah, man, you have, registration is open now for the schools and anyone who wants to compete. It closes on the 13th. Okay. But even then, people come last minute, or they will register part of the team, and then when they come last minute, they want this to be added, that to be changed, and so forth. So even the whole management of that is a problem, and so forth.
All right. So tell us, why should individuals get involved and sponsor a race or an event? Why is that important? Let all of our alums know, because we want them. We want this year to be a better year as far as support.
The benefits are many, right? Depending on the level of sponsorship, and let me just take two in particular in terms of this particular question. First of all, and very important, is that it benefits the school itself. Imagine that there are some things you can do. Stats don't have a lot of affluent people behind it. You understand me? More so now than before. And, the school need help all around. You understand me? The students need help all around. So this is an opportunity for people to contribute and to help the school. And plus, second thing I want to say, in terms of the area of development, this is one of the meat that helps. Sorry about that. This is one of the meats that help to I'll call you back shortly, Calvin. Yeah, I'll call you back shortly. Yeah, this is one of the means that help in terms of development of the sport and development of athlete. As you know, Jamaica is a powerhouse when it comes to track and field. And if you don't have things like this happening in terms of the development, it dwindles, and we want to make sure that when it comes to track and field, that our name is always called in the positive, and we're always feared, because we have these things that develop the athletes and develop that community around the sport. Yeah. So, it all goes well. And, I could go on a list of other things, but mainly those two, I think, is what I would want to sell.
What are some of the benefits, though, for a sponsor? They want to sponsor an event. Let's say
sure.
it's a business.
I have a list of things that I had written down in terms of those benefits of sponsors. And I said, and there are many. You get media recognition because we have media. You get various spots in the program. We have a meet program. So if you, depending on the level of your sponsorship, you can get a back page. You can get, other areas in terms of in the book, depending on the level of your sponsorship. You get recognition at the media launch. Come February 2nd, we have a press launch at the Spanish Court Hotel in Kingston at 10 a.m. And that should be streaming also, so people can get an opportunity to see, what is some of the plans for the meet, and the media would be there as well, and so forth. So you get recognition there. So whatever for the companies and so forth,
right?
They get that media recognition. They get at the meet, they get continuous announcement, broadcasting that, okay, this person is a sponsor and whatever, and that sort of thing. They come into the meet, they get VIP parking tickets and so forth, and all of that. So it's
a lot of benefits.
A lot of benefits, yes. Sure.
Okay. How do they go about sponsoring an event? Like, what are the costs and,
Yeah, they can call me or any one of the committee members. I have some numbers here. I would want to make sure that people are aware. Person can contact any members of the committee, mainly Mrs. Sybil Jones, and her number is 876-361-3059, or email Sybil Jones at msn.com, or myself. My number is 564-8222, or my email is CookeRoy2, that's COOKIEROY2 @gmail.com. For people who wants to register, for schools who wants to register, or individuals who want to register, we have this is done online, and I can make that available. The online is http:// entryformsja.com/Isaac Henry /welcome.php. So
Okay.
that's entryformsja.com/Isaac Henry/welcome.php. It's fairly easy to remember. entryformsja.com
Okay.
/Isaac Henry/welcome.php.
Okay. All righty. Um, so as far as the cost, do you want to tell how much it would cost to sponsor an event, or you just want them to
Yeah,
call you for that information?
sure. I can tell you the cost to sponsor an event, a flat event, or whether that be a track event or a field event, is $400 per event, or 60,000 Jamaican dollars. We have the relevant accounts that I don't have them with me, but when you call, I can have those things available to you. You know, you can do online payments if you would like. We do have that. For the relays a little bit more. It's twice as much. It's $800 per relays, and or 120,000 Jamaican dollars.
Okay. If if someone is not able to sponsor an event, are there other ways that they can support the track meet?
Yes, there are other ways. You know, you don't have to, you don't have to give the money for one full event. If you want to contribute, you can specify a particular area. For example, we need money to pay the rental of the stadium. So you can say, okay, here is a 10,000 Jamaican dollars to go towards the rental of the stadium. You can specify that. In the area, one of the other major area is we have to feed all the officials. And I tell you this, we have more than 100 officials to be fed. You understand me? So what?
Wait, you say you have 62 events, right?
Yeah.
And 100 officials?
Officials, yes. The people who officiate the events.
Okay.
Yes.
Very expensive.
You have different things. There are field judges, track judges, timers, recorders. You have, track meets aren't like football match, a lot of people run track meets, a lot of people in need for track meet. That's why I said that's always, remember, I talk in terms of challenges, having the amount of officials to do your meet. I can tell you this, nothing under 80 for our meet, nothing under 80 person can run that meet.
Okay.
Nothing under
All
80.
right. So piggybacking off of that, if someone wants to get involved and volunteer for this meet, how do they get how do they go about that? Just
They call me
again.
the same number. Yeah, you talk to me, or any member of the committee. We don't refuse individuals who want to give their time to this event. Last year we had a couple of alumni who wanted to volunteer, and we accommodate them. I mean, we put it out there. Okay, we need help. However, there's not a mechanism to say, okay, I need help from you, or you need help from that person, or that particular person. We usually, I wouldn't say it's required, but it's best if you give me a call.
Okay.
You know,
So
if-
let me ask you one final question, and then if you wanted to add anything after that. Let's say they can't find you or Sybil's number. Can they call the school and get in touch that way?
yes, they can
Okay,
call the school. What the school would probably do is to give you my number or give
gotcha.
give some member of the committee's number and so forth.
Okay.
And I'm on WhatsApp, so you can, you know, do that too. I'll take WhatsApp calls. I'll take WhatsApp messages. Um, you know, if people don't understand in terms of or feel that they don't know what area, still volunteers. Just call, just give me a ring, and I will see where best you might be suited. Some people don't like to be out in the sun, so we have other areas, VIP area. We have other areas that need assistance. People can work in those particular area, that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much for your time. I thank you for sharing all this information. I wish you success, bigger success this year
Yeah,
than
let
last
me
year. And
before
all the
before you
best.
finish.
Yes,
Before you finish, just
yes.
asking you, would you be there?
No, I cannot hop on a flight right now to come down, but one of these days I will definitely be there to see what it's
Okay.
all about because it sounds like it's just getting bigger and better each year.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yes.
All right.
I must mention this. So our alumni that will be honoring this year is Michael Minto.
Hey.
You're right. Michael Minto will be this year honoree. For at the SWI Isaac Henry. How could I forget that? So it's very important.
Nice. Congratulations, Minto.
Right. Yes.
And
You know,
there you go.
yeah, it'd be nice for other alumni to send him some congratulations as well.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
anyone watching this podcast that knows him, please reach out and send your congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you again for doing this. Thank you for being so humble about all your accolades and accomplishments. And this is a big deal. And we, hopefully we can get the word out and just garner much, much more needed support and just get this thing off and running.
Thank you
For
for
a
having
bigger and
me.
better spot.
And even if you don't, if some of our podcasters, even if they don't want to assist or can't assist, still give me a call.
Oh, and then yeah, if I
Yeah.
might add, because our chapter is sponsoring an event. A lot of the chapters are, but there are also alums that come together and put small amounts. Like 8 people could put $50 together and sponsor an
Yes.
event.
You're
So
right.
that's another way to support. You don't have to feel like you have to come up with this 400 by yourself. We have Manning
Right.
Cup past
Right.
players out there. We have people that play cricket. We have cadets. We have all the classes out there from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000 that can grab some of your alums that that's in your batch and just sponsor an event. So guys, we can do this if we work together. So let's make this a good year, a successful year, and lend your support. So honor, diligence, and
Yes. I
service.
also wanted to thank the committee behind me. I mean, sometimes they really push me, and I'm grateful to serve as chairman of this committee. And I would want to use the opportunity to thank my committee members, for their dedication and support. Without them, I don't know, how I would even, get to this point.
Yes.
So I'm very happy to have the members, and I'm still looking for more members, who can contribute their time, to running the meet. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Well,
Yes.
thanks again, and all the best.
Okay. Thank
Have
you
a
very
good one.
much.
Yep, bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.